Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Jae Hermann. Jae is a copy editor, book writing coach, proofreader, and empowerment advocate. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Jae Hermann. Jae, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Wow, that's such an impactful question. So, a few years ago, actually 3 years ago, I underwent surgery to remove my breast implants. And going through that experience helped me to find my creative voice again. So, I realized that if I hadn't read the stories of other women who had gone through that experience, I wouldn't have discovered what was killing me for nearly 20 years. So, that experience, and then, of course, being in support groups and going through healing, that helped me to develop the courses and curriculum that I have now, helping other writers tell their stories too.
What are the top three mistakes to avoid?
Oh my God. The top three mistakes to avoid: not listening to your intuition. That would be number one. I'm trying to follow others when in fact we make our own way. That would be number two. And I think number three is don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to reinvent.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
You're not going to like my answer. I don't have a failure story because I don't believe in that word. I believe that every opportunity is an opportunity for learning and for growing and evolving. We may not get the results from an experiment that we want, but I don't consider that a failure.
What are the top three success secrets that others can model from?
Success secrets. So I think one of the biggest success secrets that I have right now, which is not a secret because I teach my clients to do this, is to develop positive self affirmations and to follow them daily. It's not a set and forget type of thing. Another secret would be to be present. We're constantly looking toward the future, and unfortunately, a lot of times we miss right what's in front of us. And to hire a really good accountant. That's another success secret of mine.
We are about to move into lightning round. That means quick
Okay.
question and quick answer. Are you ready?
Yes.
What are you grateful for today?
Ooh, I'm grateful for the opportunity to connect with others and help them to tell their story. I'm grateful for my family and my friends, and I'm grateful for peace, peace in my heart and mind.
How young are you?
I'm 50 years young.
Jay, you are not 50. You are 18 with 32 years experience.
I love that answer too.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Exactly what I'm doing right now.
Please say that what you're doing right now.
Well, let's see. I am a copy editor and a proofreader and a great sister and a writing coach and a good friend. All of those things. It's exactly where I want to be right now.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
Embrace it, see it, look at it, face it, break it down. What do I need to do to overcome it? And ask, I always ask myself the same question: what's the best thing that could happen if I did this? And take it from that approach.
How do you start your day?
I do yoga stretches in bed before I get up.
What is the advice you will give to a younger yourself?
You're not going to like this answer either. I wouldn't give my younger self advice because I think if I did, I would change her outcome and I wouldn't be who I am today. However, given an opportunity to talk with my younger self, I would tell her to embrace her badassery.
Once you have a revenue generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
I don't have a significant other, so I don't have to worry about convincing anyone, but I'm not one to ask permission. If I were in that situation, I would just lay out the idea that I'm doing as opposed to asking for permission.
What is the impactful business book you have read and what did you learn from it?
Oh gosh, so I've got to show you this cover because it is probably one of the most important books I've ever read, and it's just very interesting. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's Sidney Poitier, The Measure of a Man. I read this book. Actually, I've read this book twice, and it was impactful for me because one, I learned a lot about him, um, his tenacity, his courage, his ingenuity was just so amazing to me. It helped me to see a different perspective because obviously I'd read books by other women, and I'd not really taken the time to dive into a book written by a man. And so that was a turning point for me in helping me to look at other perspectives.
Why being impactful is important to you?
It's important because we have a responsibility to each other, and I think showing love and integrity and being honest, those are the most impactful things that we can do for one another, and that's extremely important to me.
Who is your living mentor and what's the impact?
My living mentor. I don't really have one right now.
What do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for being kind and being honest, and being approachable and being available, and maybe the foundation that I'm working on, perhaps.
Who is your ideal client?
My ideal client is anyone who has a story that they're dying to tell. That perhaps they're at a point in their lives where the kids are gone, their careers are where they want them to be, and they have this burning desire to tell a story in a book, in a blog, in a journal, even. That's my ideal client. So I typically work with women more often, but anyone who has a story that they're burning to tell is an ideal client for me.
How can we support you?
Find that story, dig within yourself, find that story within, and reach out to me at my website, jaehermann.com, and let's work on your story. Let's build your blog. Let's get your book ready. Let's find that story to tell to your grandkids even.
We are about to wrap up. I'd like to have your few words about today's guest experience on the show. Here is my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
It's certainly been interesting.
What would you say as a final word?
For anyone who is in business, looking to start a business, looking to pivot, believe in yourself and be present. Don't be afraid to embrace something that's different or what others might consider weird. Embrace your badassery.
Thank you so much, Jay, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed
Thank
Siddique
you.
signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.